Okay. Welcome back to Unusual GCSE Questions. Today's question is from the Edexcel GCSE Higher paper, and it's June 2024, paper 3, question 20. I'm going to start with part A, and then Matt's going to do part B.
Well, we'll put it on the screen now first, so you can have a go at it. And here it is. Right, so part A.
Yeah, we're told that we have the first 3 terms in an arithmetic sequence. So first off, that's your key word, arithmetic. That means that there's a common difference between each term of the sequence, and that's where we're going to start. So do you want me to go with this one?
Yeah, you carry on, yeah.
Okay, so we know that the difference between these 2 terms and these, these 2 expressions, and the terms in the sequence, but it's an expression. Oh, I like that. Yeah, these 2 terms in the sequence and these 2 terms in the sequence is equal. So if I did, to find that common difference, I'm going to do x plus 2 take away x minus 4, okay? And that's going to give me x plus 2. So I always like to put a bracket if I'm doing a negative in front. So minus x, and then minus 4 is positive 4.
And
so
don't forget, at this point, that is the most common mistake in the whole of GCSE maths.
Yes.
Is when you take this bracket away, people put minus here because they think it's going to be, what do they think? They think
it's just the first term, don't they?
They think you just do the minus, I don't know what they think, but...
they don't apply the negative to each term in the expression, they just apply it to the first term.
Be really careful about that. Yeah.
So here you can see that x is cancelled, so 2 plus 4 is 6, so we can see that common difference is 6. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and find what x is. So here, I've got 3x plus 1, take away x plus 2. Okay, and we know that this is going to equal 6 as well, so I can say equal to 6 actually. Start that bit again. So we've got 3x minus x, which is 2x, and then I've got 1 minus 2, so that's going to give me minus 1. So now we've got a linear equation to solve, so I'm going to add 1 to both sides. So 2x equals 7, so x equals 7 over 2, which equals 3.5. Dependent on your preference of fractions.
So is that what the question asks, is what's x?
Do you know, that's a good point. What's the question actually? Yeah, find the value of x. We're done.
Okay.
Cool.
So let's have a look at part B. So part B, what are the terms?
Okay, so the terms for part B are y minus 4, y plus 2, and 3y plus 1. And it says find the possible values of y.
Right, but this is a geometric sequence. Now, the reason why we chose this question to do a video on is not because it's particularly difficult, even though it is question 20, is it? Which suggests it should be getting towards sort of being difficult. But what's unusual about it is the fact that it's a question on geometric sequences, and we just don't see that very often. So a geometric sequence is when you multiply by the same thing to progress your way through the terms. So the way to deal with that, if with the arithmetic one, we were kind of using the idea that that minus that is equal to that minus that. Here we're going to use the idea that this divided by this is equal to this divided by this. So that means that y plus 2 divided by y minus 4 is equal to 3y plus 1 divided by y plus 2. That's our starting point. Now, if you're thinking, what do I do now? Well, you do the only thing that you can do, which is turn that into an equation. I'm going to cross multiply here. So I'm going to have y plus 2 multiplied by y plus 2 equals 3y plus 1 multiplied by y minus 4.
Shall we expand out a side each?
Okay, so what's the only thing you can do now is multiply it out. So 3y times y, 3y squared, minus 12y plus y.
And I cheated a little bit, so I went y squared and then plus 2y makes 4y, and then 2 times 2 is 4, but I shouldn't have skipped the step really.
I was just more confused. Not confused. I was more concerned about not confusing. Right, so we've got that. And so on this side, let's just collect the terms up. Minus 12 plus 1 is minus 11, minus 4. So I'm going to bring everything over to this side because it's got the biggest amount of y squareds on it. So I've got 3y squared, I'm going to take that one away, so I'm going to have 2y squared. I've got minus 11y, minus another 4y when that comes over, that's minus 15y. And I've got minus 4. So.
And the reason Matt's done this, so he's made the left-hand side equals to 0, is because he can see that it's a quadratic equation. So that is why he's moving everything over to one side, and one side's being set equal to 0.
So when you see something like this, you can get really happy about this because this is going to give you an opportunity to do some factorising, which is always the funnest thing, isn't it? So don't go straight for the quadratic formula, because why would you do that? Ruin all the fun.
Remember, it is an option though if you really are desperate and you've got your calculator. So.
But look, they're not making this difficult because well, there's a chance it might not factorise, but that would be very strange, wouldn't it? If it's 2y squared, you haven't got any choice, it's 2y and y. You've got, the only options you've got for 8 are 1 and 8 or 2 and 4. Well, I mean, there you go, look, 8 and 1, isn't it? Because you've got 16 and 1, you can make 15 out of, and that's minus 16 plus 1. So the question said, what are the possible values of y? If this bracket is 0, y will be minus a half, and if this bracket is 0, y equals 8. And the question, sometimes a question might say at the start, y is positive, and it might give you a way of saying which one of these you want to choose. But in this particular case, they've actually said there's going to be multiple values. So there we are.
Yeah, and at GCSE, if it says possible values of y, you're probably going to end up with a quadratic equation that you need to solve.
Yeah, there aren't many other situations that's going to give you multiple solutions. Happy with that?
Cool. Yeah.
Anything else to say about this?
Don't think so. To be fair, like Matt said, it's question 20 on a paper, but really wasn't that bad. I mean, we just had, if you know your definitions of sequences, so what an arithmetic sequence is, a geometric sequence, this is just some linear algebra, which is super easy. And then this is just solving quadratics.
The two things that are going to mess people up on this question is they're going to forget what a geometric sequence is, or they're not going to think about how this is going to be 3 things, by the way, not 2. They're not going to remember, dealing with the pairs of terms, and this.
Yeah, it is going to be this bit here.
Yeah, so be careful with that.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
As always, if you have any other questions, just post them in the comments and we'll make some videos on them.